Gary Job and Steady My Heart on CHVN 95.1 FM. Good morning, I'm Kyle Rudge, and with us this morning we've got Jeff Boschman from the Bunker. It's Bunker Banter once again. Jeff is essentially the youth pastor guy out over there. He does a lot with the programs, works a lot with the kids. But Jeff, I know you're not married, you don't have kids, and I know for myself it was different when I first had a kid. I found when I was speaking with youth and speaking with parents that one thing I couldn't talk about was parenting, because the question will always come back to me, well, how dare you talk about parenting when you yourself are not a parent? Do you encounter that at all while working at the Bunker at all?
That has definitely come up a few times.
Yeah.
Where stuff has happened with kids here, and we've had to call parents, or parents have stopped by to talk to us about stuff, me specifically, and I've had parents say things like, well, you don't have your own kids, you're still young, you can't tell me how to be a parent. And usually my response back to that is, you're right, I can't tell you how to be a parent. I just go off of the experience of all the different kids I have worked with over the years, and I'm praying and I'm trusting that what I would have taught at school and what I've been taught in the different ministries and churches that I've been a part of is the correct thing, and I'm just going off of that from different experience that I've gained from all the different people in my life. But I would never be someone to tell a parent that I can tell them how to be a parent.
Well, Jeff, as someone who works at the Bunker, you get to see a lot in both the best and the worst of kids. What do you think the cause is of both the best and worst behavior?
I'm a firm believer that a lot of the things that happen with kids these days is because of bad parenting. But at the same time, a lot of the things that happen with kids these days is because of good parenting. If you allow your kids to have that much connection to the outside world, they're going to be exposed to things that you don't like. And then you can't say that the outside world is what's wrecking them if you're the one who allowed them to be exposed to it.
Well, I think in many ways, too, when it comes to parenting, the world's going to teach them about everything, and there's nothing you can do to stop that. But as a parent, you can teach them about discernment.
Exactly,
and what
that's
to do with that stuff.
You're the buffer between them and the rest of the world. And you can either shelter them too much, and eventually they'll get it all at once, and they'll overload from it.
That's Kate Adams in Arms of Grace on CHVN 95.1 FM, 747. Good morning, I'm Kyle Rudge. It is school day 1 and 9 degrees downtown in Winnipeg. With us this morning, Jeff Boschman for Bunker Banter, once again, as we do every Wednesday morning for the next few weeks, just chatting with what's going on in southern Manitoba and ministry and all the rest. And while we're on that topic, Jeff, this past week, what went on? What's going on, buddy?
Things here have just been really good. We had a guest speaker come in on Friday.
Oh, right. It was
Ariel from Children's Camp International.
Right. Not Ariel from The Little Mermaid. Got it.
Not from The Little Mermaid, no. That would be amazing. But this Ariel was just as awesome. And she got kids really passionate about passion. She got them really fired up about just having passion and looking for what your passion is, and then moving with it. That was the whole thing. Passion moves was kind of the theme of it.
So at what point do you see, how do we get kids to that point where it's now their own? You know what I mean? Like that point where, all right, no, I get it. This is now my own. I'm not recommitting myself to Christ every 4 weeks.
Yeah. I think for everybody it's different. For me, it's all about connecting kids to ministry. We have this thing called the B team, where we have students working with students. It's for people that aren't quite old enough to be on the volunteer staff team, but you can tell that they have that want. They want to do more than just attend these things. So then, normally it's people that have spent a year or two here kind of going through the programs and coming to the Bible studies and just hanging out as kids. And you can there's usually only a handful of them. You can kind of pick them out from the group. And then on the B team, what we do is we don't give them all the responsibility of being a volunteer. We don't give them that burden, I guess, of always having to be working on those nights. But what they're allowed to do is they're allowed to come behind the curtain and see what we do behind the scenes. And they're allowed to give their opinions and their 2 cents into the events that we do. And so then it's no longer just them attending stuff. It's them attending stuff that they help build up. So I think it's more than just that spiritual high. I think it's, you teach them, you help them get excited about it, and definitely get get stoked on the gospel, but then you have to let them work at it. If it's just you constantly feeding them with a spiritual high, then you're just a dealer and they're just an addict.
I like the way you phrase that, Jeff. Spiritual high from spiritual high, you're just a dealer and they're just an addict. I'm going to reflect on that one. More from Jeff Boschman. Traffic's on the way next. That's Mike's Chair and All I Can Do. Thank you on CHVN 95.1 FM. With us this morning, Jeff Boschman from the Bunker Ministry out of Southern Manitoba. An incredible thing. What do you guys got going on this week, Jeff?
We have our big wind-up party this Saturday with the band Tutel, and
right.
We got the guys from Stone Throw Second from Winnipeg coming out.
Yep.
That's going to be a lot of fun. We're hoping the weather is nice because we really want to do like a big bonfire and have kind of like a bike rally and get people with longboards out and just kind of rip around town after it's all done.
That's really cool. So how did you hook up with the band Tutel?
They just emailed me.
Oh, so just providential at that point.
Yeah, like it was like months ago. They emailed me and they were planning this tour that they were passing through Manitoba, and they were looking for a date. And it just so happened the date they wanted was the day that I was hoping to do a party anyway. Mm-hmm. So it just kind of worked out.
That worked out well. So what do you know about the band Tutel? What can you tell us about them?
They're good. They're just fun.
Mm-hmm.
I was actually just catching up on some of their music videos because I've heard their music, but I haven't watched the music videos.
Mm-hmm.
So I went on their YouTube page, and they've got some really like fun stuff. Like there's one where this kid is like, for show and tell, this really small kid, he's like, for show and tell today I have this band Tutel. And then they just like shred the whole classroom, and the kids are dancing all over the place. They're just good, fun music.
Yeah, they are a lot of fun.
There's no real gimmick to it. It's just party music. It's fun.
And within the next couple of months, I believe lead singer Zach Haven's going to be a dad for the first time.
Oh, there you go. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so that'll be pretty exciting, too.
Right on.
Yeah, and then, of course, you got Stone Throw Second, and their drummer just became a dad.
Mm-hmm.
So as we're talking about parenting and all the rest, seemed to make sense.
So there's going to be lots to celebrate on Saturday.
Now, would you agree or disagree with the statement? The drummer for Stone Throw Second has the greatest hair in the world.
It is fantastic. I'll give you that.
Yeah, it has to be seen to be believed.
Totally.
Yeah. Jeremy has some incredible hair, that's for sure.
So what you're saying is everybody should come down on Saturday.
Just to see the hair.
Yeah, just for the hair.
Absolutely. That's all you need.
Once you see his hair, you can leave. It doesn't, the rest of the party doesn't matter.
Oh, no, you'll stick around. You won't be able to look away from the hair.
Exactly.
Next week.
Take care, bud.
That's Jeff Boschman from the Bunker. We'll talk to him again next week, see how the big wind-up went on, and then they're prepping for mission trips, so we'll get more details about that. Taking a look at our CHVN traffic update.